Well, my name's Nick Kwok, and I'm really excited to be here. And I'm really excited to share a story with you of my life and how the good news really rocked me and really changed me. I was born and raised in a non-Christian home in Northern California. And growing up, I was a professed atheist. So anyone that told me they're a Christian, I would respond with, "You're stupid." There's just something about God that I thought was really weak. I thought it was weird. I thought it was something people to depend on for their strength, and I was like, that's ridiculous. And so I was really prideful growing up, and when I was a junior in high school, I started dating this girl that was a senior, and I was like, yep, I'm dating the senior girl, I'm awesome, you know? And quickly that relationship became my identity. It got really emotionally unhealthy, emotionally abusive, really lustful, and my self-worth, my self-identity, everything was founded in this relationship. And so she ended up going to San Diego State, no coincidence why I'm down here. And and when I found out that we did 1 month of long-distance dating when I was a senior, and I quickly realized, oh my goodness, if I don't go to San Diego State, this is not going to work out. And so I had no ambition to go to college. I was a 2.8 student, and all of a sudden my senior year, I became a 4.0 student. I busted my butt on the SATs. It's crazy, the effect that women have on men, huh? And I busted my butt as hard as I could. I applied to San Diego State. I told my dad, I was like, Dad, San Diego State, they got a great business program. I had no idea. I had no idea. I just wanted to go there as desperately as I could. And so I applied, and I got denied. But I said, no, I refuse. I'm going to get in this school. So I started trying harder. I wrote a letter to the dean of students. I got letters of recommendation from my principal, from all these teachers. And I applied on appeal, and I got in. And I was like, yes, this is it. This is really happening. I'm going to go pursue the girl of my dreams. It's going to be great. And then I get to San Diego State, and in the first week, she cheated on me. Ooh, yeah. It was the most devastating experience I've ever gone through in my life. And it's not like I went to San Diego State to be with community. It's not like I went to get away from home and have this college experience. I literally went so I could be with this one person. And so I did not realize San Diego State was such a huge party school. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, the dorms would be completely empty, and I'd be crying in my dorm room by myself. And so I remember one night I walked down the hallway, and I ran into two girls, and I walked in their room, and they were both Christian. They had scriptures on their wall, and they had a cross, and I was like, oh gosh, Christians, you gotta be joking me. But they're the only people that love me, that listened to me, and were grieving with my problems, so I kept talking to them, tried to get my life together, and nothing seemed to really work. And exactly halfway through the semester, I literally hit a rock bottom. I decided that I was going to commit suicide. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. I was laying in bed. I was tormenting my mind with all these thoughts, and I just had enough. I lived in a dorm building that was 8 stories tall. I lived on the 5th floor. So I got up one night, said I was done, sprinted down the hallway, ran up 3 flights of stairs, got to the roof entrance, and it was chained. It was blocked by a chain and a padlock. And I remember I spent 5 minutes prying at this thing, trying to shake it with all my strength. It was crying, trying to get to this building so I could just jump off. And I was so frustrated. The only thing that was preventing me from jumping off this building was a stupid chain and padlock. So you can imagine the disparity that I was in. And after about 5 minutes of trying to do that, I finally gave up. And I remember the worst part was walking back down the stairs, because every single step I took, it just felt the world's weight was over my shoulders. I was in so much pain. And I don't know if you guys have ever been in this situation, but it was that pain where you just feel like you're going to faint. You're in so much pain. You just don't have energy. It hurts. And I remember I got back to the 5th floor, and I was walking down the hallway, and I got right in front of my door, and I was in so much pain. I literally just laid on the floor. I couldn't even go in my room, and I was crying. And I called a suicide hotline immediately. And so for the rest of the semester, I was talking to suicide hotline once a week. I was seeing a counselor at San Diego State once a week, and I was doing whatever I could to get myself out of this rut. And as the semester went on, things started to get better, started acquiring more friends, I guess, and started to figure out my life a little bit. And at the very end of the semester, right before finals week, my ex-girlfriend got a new boyfriend. And that was bad. That was not good. And I remember I was like, forget it. I'm done this time for sure. And so I went to those 2 girls that I had been talking to the whole semester, and I went to their room to say goodbye, but what ended up happening is I fell on my knees and just started crying and telling them everything. And one of the girls said, amidst me crying, was saying, hey, Nick, I think you should accept Jesus. I was like, seriously? Are you kidding me? That's the one thing you say to me right now, is just accept Jesus. And then she goes, yeah, well, we've been sharing the gospel with you the whole semester. Is this something that you can believe in? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Okay, sure, I'll do it. And so I ended up praying to God. I prayed and accepted Jesus in my life for the first time. And I kid you not, The second I said amen to that prayer, something happened. Something physically, tangibly, something tangible happened in my heart where I experienced this warmth, this joy, this love come over, just pour into my heart. And in my 18 years of living, at that point, I've never experienced a joy like that in my entire life. And so that's how I knew God was real. That's how I knew that God was real. And I remember the girl said, "Hey, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm okay." And so I went to my room, opened up my Bible, and I had this awakening with God. It's taken me a good 3-4 years to really figure out what that means, what that meant to pick up my cross and walk daily. But that is absolutely how I knew God is real. So my name is Nick, and that's my journey. Thank you.